Auto insurance is a fact of life for all licensed drivers. In all states, any licensed driver is required to have at least liability coverage on their vehicles. With the relative cost of living rising and the general state of the economy, many people are paying more attention to their budgets. Auto coverage obviously part of any household budget, and it can be a good area to save some money in. While the cheapest vehicle policy is not always the best, there are a number of ways one can keep the costs of coverage down. The liability limits of the policy are discretionary to the customer. The lower the liability limit, the lower the cost. Each state has set its own minimum liability limits, and those limits are usually $25,000 for single-person bodily injury, $50,000 bodily injury per occurrence, and $25,000 for property damage. While these limits will not be enough in all situations, they are usually adequate. Keeping the coverage levels at state minimums is one basic method of cutting costs. No-fault medical coverage is an optional feature available on policies that provides payment on a reimbursement basis for medical bills sustained in connection with an accident, regardless if it was the customer's fault or another driver's fault. This coverage can be fairly expensive, and eliminating it is a good way to save money. Uninsured motorist coverage is another optional feature that pays for bodily injury sustained by the driver or passengers caused by a collision with another driver who does not have insurance. For this coverage to pay, the accident must be the other driver's fault and the other driver must not have any insurance coverage in force. Typically, this is a fairly expensive policy feature that only pays in narrowly specific circumstances, and for people with decent health insurance, it is largely redundant. Rental car coverage and collision plus loss of use are optional features that provide a rental car when the insured vehicle is rendered not drivable due to an accident. Eliminating this will usually save about $100 per year. Adjusting the liability limits down and eliminating the optional features of the policy are all quick ways to cut insurance costs that are completely within the control of the customer. There are other ways to cut the price, but those will depend on credit history, driving record, and the availability of other policies such as home or life to use for package discounts. Share this video and subscribe us for more auto insurance videos.